Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal here, stand-up comedian and host of Bachelor Recap, a guys review. We've got Matt James and Rachael Kirkconnell attending their first red carpet event at the ESPY Awards over the weekend. We're going to talk about it. We'll hear their red carpet interview, their Instagram stories, and catch everyone up on Matt James and Rachael Kirkconnell. Now, catch yourself up on top of that like button. Hit the like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm, and make sure to subscribe. I'm going to have tons of content coming to you guys this week. A 4 p.m. Pacific time pregame live stream. So if you're on the East Coast, you can watch that for 1 hour. We'll have a countdown leading up to the East Coast airing of tonight's episode of The Bachelorette. At 10 p.m. Pacific time, I'll be doing a post-episode live stream, plus other recaps and other news along the way. So thank you guys so much for all of the support, all of the traction you guys have been giving the channel. I appreciate it more than anything. Now let's get into this. This is going to be a rough... Now listen, these little sideline reporters, the red carpet reporters, they don't get paid enough. They need to drum up conversation with people that they don't even know anything about. So this ET reporter, they got their arms sticking out. They got to talk to these people and then that people, the spelling bee champ, the track and field, or they got to be all over the map. So clearly this conversation goes nowhere. Let's enjoy it, okay?
Thank you.
I mean, this is sort of unfair. You're a little bit pros on the red carpet. We're getting a lot of people on their first one tonight. So.
This is my first. I'm not a pro. I will say I'm not a pro.
I love this event because it's celebrities, it's actors, athletes, TikTok stars. Who are you guys both looking forward to seeing?
You know, there's a lot that's gone on this year in sports, and we're just excited to be here to celebrate that. I'm actually going to be on the lookout for Chad Johnson because he's been ducking me. We got a fight that I need to pick with him, and hopefully we can squash that tonight.
Tonight's the night to do that?
Could be.
Now, is this like a date night for you guys?
You know, this is probably one of the fancier date nights we've had. Usually it's a low-key spot getting pasta or pizza or something around the city. So I think this is one of the more fancier ones we've had.
And what's your plan to celebrate tonight? What do you have planned the rest of the weekend?
Actually, I'm about to go out to the Virgin Islands, so I'm excited about that.
Wow.
But I will say, I'm probably the most unathletic person, so I'm just very, very thankful and excited to be around such talented people tonight. So.
I was just going to ask, you played sports in high school. Like, what was your first introduction to like sports?
I think you should answer that because I'm not.
You know, I played football, basketball, and I ran cross country and track in high school, and then I played football in college too. But I've lived vicariously through a lot of my friends who are still playing professionally. So being around some of their teammates, and again, what a good weekend for sports. We got the fight tonight. We got some big games tomorrow. So I couldn't think of a better place to be to celebrate tonight.
And no sports for you?
I will say gymnastics as a child, and then cheerleading, and I would consider those very, very difficult sports, but that's pretty much it for me.
Are you a good speller? Because spelling bee champs are here too.
Oh, really? I feel like I'm not a good speller as well.
I'm probably the worst.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm probably the worst speller here, so I might need to find her.
She's amazing. Did you get to meet her? She's awesome.
I saw her basketball highlights. She's a bucket.
That's what I said. I was like, next time I talk to you, we're going to be talking about basketball.
Yeah, I might need to get a game in with her. So as long as it's not horse, we're good. We're good.
So that in reference to the spelling bee champion, who's also a young basketball player there. So gonna get some game in with her. Look, I love these conversations because they're unedited, and you know she's looking up to him for reassurance. He's looking down at her. He's ha ha ha. He's doing that laugh that we love that he does. We didn't get to see this relationship, and now look, regardless of what side you are on, whether or not he should have taken her back or whether or not she should have taken him back, you know, their relationship played out in the public eye. You know, and if you don't know much about it, we've made about 50 videos about these two. Some people don't want to know anything about them. They go, you know what? He disowned her. Then people say, oh, her past history, she's done nothing to absolve herself and move forward, this or that. Look, I don't think at this point anybody's opinions are going to change too much, but what I like to do is bring this conversation to the table. And by the way, if you guys didn't notice there, what a resemblance we have to the Hangover, Zach Galifianakis. Matt James over there. Now, look, people are going to go, oh, he needs to shave the beard. Whatever happened to letting people do what they want with their body? I get it. I'm sure he looks really nice without the beard. We don't know what he's doing. We don't know. Maybe this is a way of him disguising himself, although you could argue it makes him more easy to spot. But the point is that, like, it's so funny, you know, people will take one stand, like, let people do what they want with their bodies. Shave that beard, you darn Bigfoot. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, live your life there, Matt James. I'm sure she'll be excited when he shaves that beard. Who knows? Maybe he's wearing it while he trains for that marathon, and then the morning of the marathon, he takes it off, and he's just lightning fast. Who knows? All right, let's see what Rachael Kirkconnell posted on her Instagram stories. Let's see if we can get more about that dress. So come on, look. I mean, look, you can talk about this couple all you want, but clearly there's love there. Now, they've been out and about for a good while now. Oh, we got a lady in the background really enjoying the night out as she texts someone who's not there. She dazzled in her dress. They really are a hot ticket item here. And they've been making waves on their social media, but this was one of their first like big public appearances. For a while there, you wouldn't catch a photo of them. They weren't even liking each other's content. They did kind of that Zach Clark, Tayshia Adams, like, no, we're gonna develop our relationship on our own. I mean, Claire and Dale did the same thing. It's kind of a nice little recipe there. Get your relationship in order before you invite social media to see what it's all about. So let's have a look. Rachel posted this interesting quote that happened here during the ESPY speech. To all the incredible black women in my life, on my teams, to Breonna Taylor and all the lives lost, to the names I have not yet learned, but I hope to share, I stand behind you, and I will continue to follow you and follow your lead and fight for your guys. And fight for you guys. Paige Buckers, I don't know. That was her speech. So there's, they call this, slacktivism when it's like online. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's just a feeling with some people that this isn't enough of like a progressive movement if you're like trying to overcome things. And I'm not accusing Rachel of not doing work outside of social media. At the bare minimum, this is a good thing. This is a good thing that she's sharing and advocacy for minorities, people of color. After, of course, this year, her coming under fire for previous insensitive tweets and liking things and, whatever. There's the whole jumble, antebellum party. Power is not meant to be gripped with a clenched fist. Power is meant to be handled generously so we can thoughtfully empower one another to thrive in our communities, championing our humanity before our ambitions. Maya Moore during her acceptance speech for the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. What else did... and then here we go. We have some... Oh, this is fun. I love the post. I love when you're still in the formal outfits and you go to like a gas station. These are always fun.
Nightcap. This is my type of night.
Nightcap. They're doing the vitamin water after a couple drinks. Wow. Oh my gosh. What is this? We got to get Tasha's take on this. I won't do it justice, but assuming from all I've learned from my fiance's fashion, we'll call this a low V-neck dress with arm sleeves and some sort of leotard underneath with some sort of cape shawl lace thing happening. Okay, we'll get Tasha's take on this, but absolutely stunning dress. I mean, she really does. So here she is. Just chugging it. Okay, nice at a 7-Eleven, and then started off our Sunday hanging out. Okay. Oh, there they are. You got to be careful. No helmets. That's a little nerve-wracking here on the bikes in New York City. A ride through the city. Clearly, he's got some sort of sponsorship with this electric bike, which I don't hate him for that. So here they are. They're going through Central Park. Oh, gotta love Central Park. Am I right? The duck boats or whatever what are they called? The little paddle boats there. Times Square, New York's butthole, as we like to call it. Times Square. And the vessel. Okay, what else do we have? Anything else? Let's see if there's anything left. So they're still going through. Thankful for every day, she says. Let's go back to that quote. I want to read that quote. She says, thankful for every day, but especially days like this. Try to find the joy in everything you do. Well, there you go, folks. I mean, she's sharing her love. And I think Matt James, I don't think he's got anything from on his stories. But what we have here is Matt James last night, in case you missed... if you missed we just read what they shared. Sports do not build character, they reveal it. So he says, sports don't build character, they reveal it. Of course, a photo here with one of the most famous women in sports of recent days, Sha'Carri Richardson, banned from the Olympics in the 100-meter dash after failing a THC test. Of course, I've made multiple videos about that. And then there they are on the red carpet. Very nice. Very nice. Again, this video, one of the more of like a fangirl video, if you don't mind me. Which, you gotta give the old fangirl video once in a while. This couple, regardless of what you think of them, has been to hell and back. Maybe they broke up after the final rose. Maybe they didn't. My general thought on this is that they did break up, and Matt James was facing pressures you and I, really, most people in this world, have no idea what that was, whatever that pressure was. And then after weeks and maybe a month go by, that feeling of love is still there. Powerful stuff, folks. Powerful stuff that this is what we have after months of that kind of dumpster fire of a season and everything that happened in between. So I'd love to know what you guys think about all of it. Are you happy for them? Are you just going to ignore them while you're watching this video? What are your thoughts? Can love prevail over all these external forces? God knows if I were them, I'd be trying to get therapy, just because, bitterness that can come from all the scar tissue involved for both of them. A lot of times, our simple minds go, this person's the bad person, this person's the victim. Well, in their case, Rachael was both the cause of, or at least the spark that caused a huge problem that ended with Chris Harrison being fired, right? Let go, call it what you want, severance package. She was in the center of that. What's interesting here, now let's jump to this story, is that they were sort of... there's a story here. Matt James and Rachael Kirkconnell react to claim they've been hiding their relationship. So let's go straight down to this. Mike Fleiss, the creator of Bachelor, said, Matt James and Rachael Kirkconnell come out of hiding at ESPY Awards. So then their response is, ain't nobody hiding. Now listen, this is what I love about social media. You can refute a story like that. Something you don't like, you don't believe it, you can refute it like that. But you don't have to. So they didn't have to respond to this, but they said, we're not hiding. Now, this makes you go to show Rachael Kirkconnell could have responded to all the allegations against her and given her statement of apology and this and that right away. But as a young 23, 24-year-old, with whatever relationship she had with the Bachelor producers, they held off on giving that response for months. At least a month, a couple months. So by the time people wanted her response, it was so contentious. And that's one of the problems with with traditional television, is that they tried to hold on to that story so they could talk about it after the final rose and get huge ratings. So in Bachelor's attempt to hold on to a story, and in whether directly or indirectly, stoking a racial fire during a very contentious time within our country's history, they lost their host through that whole process. I'm not going to say whether or not, it's a whole different story to unpack, but the point is, things were testy. Now, at the end of it, here they are, still standing. So love is a powerful thing. This is a good example for whatever problems you have in your life. You're like, oh, that person's not the one, or this or that. Take care of yourself, love yourself first. Relationships should be dessert, but at the same time, know that they can take work to understand the other person's love, how they share love. Matt James had said he had never been in love before. This might be Matt James' first love story, which on one end is kind of rough to go through all this, but on the other, what a challenge. What a challenge to go through with your significant other, where if you do come out on top, what a testimony to the strength of your relationship. So anyway, folks, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. We'll have a 4 p.m. live stream today. Plenty of other content coming out. As I mentioned, Justin Glaze from this season of The Bachelorette, with his past tweets and all that coming out. A lot of people go, oh, shame on you for talking about it. What if people brought up your old stuff? And I go, look, I'm providing all grace. If anyone's criticizing me, it's the people that are saying I'm too graceful for these people and their issues. But it'll be interesting to see what Justin has to say. The Bachelor producers are not going to wait for this to blow over. It looks like they're going to be addressing it on a podcast tomorrow. So we'll have that for you. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Bonus content every week on Patreon at patreon.com/Dave Neal. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye, guys.